I got it.
Never know what's going to happen.
I think Ryan might say something.
For fuck's sake, I'll do something wrong.
That's true. Last time you disconnected us.
So there is cussing on this podcast, I guess.
Oh, you can say whatever you want. Yeah.
No
you
fucking
can say
way.
anything but
no
gosh
one can
darn
fucking
it.
cuss. There's no fucking cussing at all.
Yeah. It's we just don't like slapping. Gosh darn it. Everything besides that's fucking good.
We're from the Northeast, so
yeah.
It comes naturally.
We're trying to bring the word cocksucker back with style. It's not used enough.
You watch fucking like, Deadwood, you'll get all the cocksucker you want.
Speaking of cocksuckers, hey Ryan.
Welcome back to the Five Dirty Bikers podcast. Presented by Memphis Shades, the clear choice for custom windshields and fairings for your motorcycle. And Wild Ass Seats, stay in the saddle longer and in total comfort no matter your butt or budget.
How are we ever going to sell any hats if you keep wearing your hat backwards?
Yeah, we're not selling turbans.
I know. I know. I'm doing the same damn thing.
Oh yeah, you're doing the same thing. Look at that.
When do I ever?
No, nobody ever
one,
can read
when
it.
do I ever wear my hat forward?
We're trying to sell merch, dude. Merch. Get a fistful of microphone.
It's like you're trying to sell FUBU.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, that's not even the right fucking hat.
That's not our hat. No wonder you had it on backwards.
It's a skateboard hat. What do
Whose
you want
YouTube channel is that?
It's a skateboard hat.
Well, fuck.
Hat, man. It's great.
Well, there you go. This is why we can't sell merch.
I got a tiny head, so I need to wear hats because I'm bald, but I got a tiny head, so it just don't fit me well.
If you go to the children's section in most stores, you can probably find a hat that'll fit
That's
you.
right.
There we go. Yeah, baby cap.
That's what we told Nappy to do. She's like, I can't find any hats that fit me. This hat doesn't fit me. I'm like, go to the kids section.
I have little people in my house. I know how to make that happen.
Yeah, but you look creepy hanging out in the kids section.
Yeah, you sure do. Especially so that hat on backwards, that beard, fucking Osama bin Laden.
It's Osama bin Laden.
Riding what?
Wouldn't you like to know?
No, I wouldn't.
Whatever happened in Vegas has to stay there.
Stays, right? $20 is $20.
Right.
Two for one.
Yeah, gotta buy bike parts. Shit.
Everybody, welcome back to Five Dirty Bikers podcast. Today we are joined by Chris and Brian from Legacy Moto Apparel. Guys, thank you for taking the time. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
All right, so Moto Apparel is it's a hot commodity right now.
Except for ours. Nobody buys ours. Fuckers.
This is true. But anyway, if you want, go ahead and introduce yourselves and kind of let us know where this idea from Legacy Moto came about.
You want to take it away?
All right. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, so I'm Chris. We're brothers, Chris Labadia, Brian Labadia. Yeah, we're from the north, but we've been in the south here for a while now in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're kind of new, like we've been riding for a long time. I'm new to the Harley game. Brian's still he loves riding the Euro style bikes. He's on a Triumph. But yeah, the whole idea with the clothing, I don't know why we just decided in the midst of the pandemic to start a moto brand.
Well, we always wanted to do something together, right, on the side, because let's face it, we look grungy, but we're corporate white collar folks, 9 to 5 type job. But we always wanted to have a side gig, do something together. And riding has always been kind of in the DNA from our grandfather. So I'll let him take that away.
Yeah. So we grew up, our grandfather who, awesome, probably my most biggest inspiration. He rode bikes his whole life. He came from Germany, came over to the US, was a butcher, worked really hard. And he always had like Honda Gull Wings. And every time we go visit our grandparents, like, you know, he would take us out on a ride. And from like, I don't know, like probably 3-5 years old, we were getting rides on his bike and I was hooked. Brian was a little skeptical. at first, but I knew that as soon as I had the chance to go ride that I was going to get a bike. So mom never let us, no dirt bikes, no, any kind of bikes. And so as soon as I graduated school, I went and bought a brand new bike, and then, it just was hooked from there. So then as far as the gear, the moto gear, we just decided that, hey, how can we, do something together, something that we're passionate about. And then how can we kind of, be inspired by our grandfather. Right. So we just said, hey, let's just start, making like a lifestyle brand, and, let's come up with a name, and Legacy is where we landed, and just kind of something that we, kind of like do a homage to him. And we're just coming up with random designs and stuff that we like. And honestly, it's been great just meeting everybody in the community, the biker community. So we've done a couple local like vendor type booth events. And we got invited by, I know you guys had Kate from Renegade Babes on. We got invited by her to come to her camp out in July and be a vendor there. So yeah, it's been really great. We've met a lot of great people so far. It's only been a couple of years. We haven't quit our day jobs, but we're having fun, and we're just coming up with cool shit.
Legacy is funny because it stops at us. We both don't have fucking kids, but
yeah, we both don't have any kids. But, it was inspired by our grandfather, and hopefully we can, pass something on to somebody.
Oh, their DNA gets out there, dude.
Who knows?
When you least expect it.
There's going to be a knock at the door.
We all have kids, right?
Right. So yeah, that was the gist of the backstory. But
okay, so you mentioned the bikes you have. You guys, would you mind telling us what kind of bikes you do ride?
Yeah, you want to go?
Yeah. So I have I've been through a few now, but the last two were Triumphs. So I had a Triumph Bonneville T120, and now I have the Triumph Speed Twin, which I absolutely love.
Very nice.
Love.
All right, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. So
no, I don't really fit the mold here, but
no. The rest of us want you to stay.
They're badass.
Yeah, I wish I saw more of them around here. It's the Midwest. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Triumphs. I like them.
They're beautiful bikes.
It's so crazy how much attention Ducatis, Triumphs they get when you just show up somewhere, whether it's for lunch or whatever. Like everybody's always, because they stand out, right? I mean,
it's like a turd in a punch bowl, man.
Yeah.
You show up on something different than a Harley, and everybody's like, "Oh, wow, what is that?"
Exactly.
Well, if you show up on a Ducati, they're not looking at the bike; they're looking at the guy that's got all the money to pay for all the maintenance on the bike. Yeah.
They're looking at his back pocket to see how big his wallet is.
That's right.
Exactly.
I've always said that I think Triumph is one of the coolest motorcycles that you can buy and ride, and you don't have to do shit to it. It's like they're kind of perfect right when you get them.
I haven't put any upgrades on this thing. It's bulletproof. I mean, it rides like a dream. He rode it the other day. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You really don't.
It took me literally 30 minutes. At a stoplight, we decided to switch. I looked over, I was like, let's switch. He's like, all right. He jumps over. It took me literally 30 minutes to find the foot pegs. I was like, oh shit.
I know, right?
That's the only problem I have with Triumphs.
Yeah.
And then by the time you find them, your hip gets thrown out.
So I guess tell them what you got.
Yeah, so I don't, you know what? I'm gonna admit it. I've watched a couple of everybody's podcasts, and I'm like, I fell full bore, Ryan. I'm like, I went deep on the Harley thing, and I wasn't expecting to fall into the abyss of what happens. I've been crotch rockets my whole life. I had one R6, two CBRs. The last bike we both each had an FZ09 naked 900 Yamaha. I bought my first Harley 2 or 3 years ago now, 2016 Street Glide Special. And it's charcoal denim matte like yours, Ryan. And
It's pretty cool.
I went full bore, man. I fell into the performance game because I rode crotch rockets my whole life. I've been to California Superbike School on BMW S1000s for several training events. So I'm a teabagger. I went full bore. I mean,
basically could have bought 2 of my bikes with his up.
Could have probably bought 3 Triumphs, 3 crotch rockets, 5 crotch rockets. It just blows my mind.
That's the real reason you had to start a brand company, right? To pay for the Harley. Yeah.
So do you have Olin's or Legends?
I have full Legends front and back.
Nice.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, you saved $5,000 there. So.
Well, the funny thing was I had to weigh out the whole teabagger situation. I was like, how far do I want to teabag? Do I want to go crouch teabag or less teabag? So
can we clarify something right now?
Yeah.
Can you define teabag for us?
Yeah, the T-bar setup.
The T-bar.
Oh, okay.
Teabagging with the T-bars.
Now I'm with you. I just, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just wanted to clarify.
The T-bars gives you something to hold on to when you go
while you're teabagging.
While you're teabagging.
Oh, you don't lose balance. You know what I mean?
Stability.
It's a deep thigh burn. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you now. I was a little confused, but I'm with you now.
So, Dave, you haven't gone full teabag yet because you have you didn't put T-bars on your bike.
You telling me?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't even gone half teabag. I ain't going in for that. Not that there's anything wrong with that now. But
you did.
Not me.
You removed your floorboards and put floorboards you can see through. You're partway there.
Oh,
yeah, you're partway there.
You're partway there. Don't think
you just might as well just cut a bigger hole in there so you can put your sack through there.
My sack's not going to reach those boards, man.
Let's see, Percy. You have a custom paint job.
I do.
Oh,
You have full LED.
I do.
You have full Legend suspension. Mm-hmm. You have replaced all of your footwork. Your footboards have all been replaced.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So
Percy's got that big dick energy, man.
He does.
I mean, out there, that big energy.
The only thing you need now is T-bars and a 2-1 exhaust and short bags, and you're all the way there. I mean,
you're there.
You went Road Glide Special, so you have almost the entire kit already.
you have to wait to hit the lotto to hit a Baja headlight, but other than that,
no way. No way.
Right? And if you need 2 of those fuckers, you might as well sell a kidney because
you're screwed.
Or your friend's kidney, one of the 2.
And now they're making. Have you seen the new ones now? The
rigid
blinker lights too.
Oh yeah, I've seen their blinker lights. But yeah, I saw some that came out prior performance because I got the Street Glide, so you don't see a lot of the Baja.
Yep.
But they have a new brand, rigid, and it's like, I guess it's adaptable technology depending on what time of day it changes its looms.
Oh wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So that's
got to be about $7,000.
You know that
I'm sure.
that Baja Design light, it only pumps out what is it, 10,000 15,000 lumens. Yeah, a little over 10,000 lumens a piece, which is twice as bright.
Forest fire to start in the front of my
bike.
Oh
yeah. I mean, it's just a crazy bright, but it's badass looking. I'll say that. Everything's cool.
If you ever ride with a group of riders, you're going to make some enemies quick because every time they look in their mirror, they're going to be like, "Get this guy to the front," because we can't see fucking anything behind us with that guy back there.
Exactly.
So David, I'm going to have to lead us into Uranus.
What?
You ain't leading anybody to my Uranus.
Is everybody from the podcast going on this scouting trip on this weekend?
I am going to Florida with my family for spring break. So yeah, I'm going to miss
Tony
it.
couldn't get a kitchen pass to go to Uranus.
Yep.
Or it would have been his
down,
anus.
but I can't ride yet because our weather's so unpredictable up here, and I'm just gonna drive down and drive back quick. So it's about 8:50 for me. But whenever we have our meetup in July, I'll do it. My crew will do it in a day. So
nice.
We kind of like the long distance riding. So we kind of try to push our limits as far as we can, so we can make. We can do the trips that we can do and not have a 1,000-mile trip if we're going to go somewhere, take us 3 days to get there, right? So we typically want to do something like that in a day and a half. So, but this one that I think to Uranus is about 850, so we'll do that in one day.
Oh my God, you're gonna ride deep in Uranus. There you go.
Yep.
So let's get back to the apparel. I've got a nice slide here of some of the designs that you have available.
look at that.
If you guys watching on YouTube, you can check these out here.
I like that
Go
hoodie.
to legacymotoapparel.com. But you guys have not only men's, but what is great is you also have women's.
Yeah, if we didn't, I'd get yelled at. So yeah, the fiance is big. She's on our page. She's pretty much our model because people don't want to see us in clothes. So, you know, she's our model.
Speak for yourself.
So yeah, she's our model. She's kind of how the whole Daytona trip ended up working out. She's got a pretty decent following. You know, we're still kind of new to this, so she's got like over 12,000 followers. So she's got a pretty good leg up in the social media thing. And so we take pictures for, you know, her own stuff, and then we take pictures for us, and we kind of do that. But yeah, she wanted to have like some shirts that are more like, you know, form fitted for women, and you know, so we did some of that.
It's only appropriate too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many women riders out there. I mean, we can't single them out. I mean, these are unisex shirts, so they could probably get a small, but yeah, some women like the tighter fitting, and these are pretty. We picked shirts that are really good for bikers in terms of they kind of fit nice up here, but they're loose around the waist. So when you're on the bike, it doesn't feel like you're getting constricted,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Tony calls that the American fit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and we tried to do American, you know, we tried to go with it, you know, an American brand shirt as our base. So we wanted to do that. And, you know, yeah, we wanted to, you know, try to help, you know, look at the women too, because obviously, you know, the women are coming up and they're riding bikes. I mean, they're riding. You know, I was very surprised as we went to Daytona. Literally, our group that we met all online, we had like 6 or 7 girls, and just in our group that were all rode their own bikes. So we, I know, like I said, you guys had Kate on. She's doing amazing things. We met her at V-Twin Visionary in Maryville, Tennessee, by the Dragon in October. She's awesome. We met her. She invited us out to the camp out. So she's doing great things for girls as well. But yeah, I wanted to have a little something, you know, on our page. Just, you know, if girls wanted to have a little bit more form fitting, you know, type of shirt, they could have that. So yeah, we're just trying to fill it out. Honestly, we're just kind of new at the apparel thing, and we're just kind of going, you know, one day at a time.
I think we have like a name brand that could really speak to this industry. We just have to get out there more. That's all.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. No, let me ask this, because you guys just got back from Daytona not too long ago.
Yeah.
Well, first off, what was the experience like there? Because I'd never been. I think most of us here, none of us have been. So what was the experience of Daytona like for you guys? Because I know
I didn't
Kate went, and she kind of had a iffy a couple of situations happen to kind of let the bad taste in her mouth, and she addressed it on social.
Okay. I didn't get to see it. I know. So obviously Daytona is a whole week long. So I guess I didn't know, because I've never been to a rally either. Right. So I guess it seemed like the first half of the week is like where all the performance people are. You know, they've got a lot of performance shows, performance bagger shows. I had no idea. So my fiance and I, we got invited by this couple in Texas, the gentleman that owns the blue bike. Him and his wife, they both ride. They were like, hey, we got this condo on the beach. Would you guys want to come? And we're like, we always make up excuses why we're not going to go to rallies. And we're just like, fuck it. Like, let's go and like enjoy ourselves. We've been wanting to go. So we decided to go down. We meet them. So it was awesome. The weather in the first half of the week was beautiful. I heard we went Wednesday to Sunday, and supposedly, I mean, the weather was kind of like, sketchy. Like the whole way I'm watching it, it's just real shit. So we trailered down, we met them. It's definitely worth it. I feel like you got to put it on the list. Ellen, my fiance, she was like, we were good with the amount of days we were there. I personally felt like we needed a whole week.
Okay.
I feel like there's just so much stuff to do, and it's very spread out. Like you could ride from like, we didn't even get to go to like the Cabbage Patch, which is famous. Like we didn't go there. You know, it's like, I guess kind of like a 40-minute ride out from like the main street. So we didn't do that, but we did Destination Daytona where all the vendors are, because we wanted the girls that are sponsored, we wanted them to go meet the vendors and all that. We did Main Street. We cruised Main Street a few times, and then what we did was every night we came home with the bikes at the condo. We put them up, put the covers on them, and then we Ubered back out to Main Street to party. So that was kind of cool.
What was the vibe like? I think.
The vibe was great. I mean, you know, it's great people watching. All kind of bikes, you know, anywhere from like the slingshots to Harleys to sport
that's
bikes.
not a motorcycle.
But there was a lot of them.
Saw that one coming.
On the street. I mean, there was everything. But the vibe was cool. I was honestly, I don't want to sound, you know, overbearing, but I was a little nervous, to be honest with you. Just going down there with the fiance, I was like, you know, like we got a lot of girls that are riding. They're not like, you know, they're very, you know, good looking girls. I was a little nervous about, you know, what type of interactions are we going to have as we're down there, right?
Right.
You know, this isn't like just my girlfriend, you know, like I was nervous. So, but honestly, everybody was awesome. Everybody we met was awesome. I had no complaints. I definitely recommend it. I just wish for us the weather was a little bit better. We didn't get rained on the bikes, but the first day we did the Ormond Loop, which was awesome, beautiful ride. And then we went from doing the loop right to Destination Daytona, which is where Bruce Rossmeyer Harley is and all the vendors and stuff. We parked the bikes and it literally monsooned for like 3.5 hours. So we were undercovering, listening to music, drinking drinks, eating food. So it was fine. But we dodged a bullet there. And then it dried up and it was still overcast, but we rolled from Destination Daytona to Iron Horse Saloon. Epic. I mean, it's like a treehouse bar, like in this huge like campground type area. I mean, and the best thing is how they usher bikes in. I mean, I've never seen so many bike attendants. They get bikes in there, hundreds and hundreds of bikes just ushered in and aligned properly so that everybody could leave smoothly. It was pretty legit. I was surprised. I mean, they had little wood blocks for your kickstands because there was a lot of it was in the sand. I mean, it was pretty legit, but everything's like in a treetop. So you're like walking across bridges in the air, you know. So it's really cool. Really cool.
So going to these events, like is this the only event you've been to this year? Or did you go to more last year?
This was the only big one that I've ever been to, honestly. The other stuff that we went to last year was just like on a smaller scale, like the V-Twin Visionary Show in Maryville, Tennessee. It was not even like a tenth like the size of Daytona. I mean, you know, it was just more kind of geared towards the performance bagger thing. You're at the Dragon, a lot of performance bikes. We had a blast.
Yeah. One thing is, I guess, like on my style bike, no one says anything, but you feel a little left out. You know what I mean? Because it's a totally different style bike, and people, you know, it gets oohs and ahs everywhere else, but around that crowd, it doesn't. Performance bikers could give two shits about a Triumph. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those bougie
My
cocksuckers.
performance fucking Triumph might smoke some of them.
Yeah.
I might
Probably would.
Yeah.
So do you find like going to that rally, you're kind of like doing homework at the same time because you're seeing what everybody else is wearing, like what's in, what's out, what could we do next? From what you see out in the crowds that you could possibly bring home and kind of build off.
Oh,
of
we're
for more
losing
designs.
Dustin.
What?
And
Huh? No.
What?
No, we're not losing Tony.
We're losing Tony.
Oh, Tony,
we
you
lost Tony.
fading out.
frozen.
I heard him.
Tony Freeze.
Oh, he's
Fuck!
frozen.
there you
Oh,
go.
he's back. He's back.
That's the
Well,
PS5 syndrome.
You had your whole game. So he had a whole game plan
So-
going down there with.
So I'll give you the game plan. A friend that again on social media had mentioned, he's like, Chris, this is what you should do when you go down, and it kind of worked. I should have did a little bit more, but he was like, why don't you get like business cards, right? So just like square business cards, front has your logo and the back has your QR code to IG, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So he's like, just print out a bunch of those. And then he's like, literally tie them to Mardi Gras beads. And literally, like, while we're down in Daytona, just hand them out and just have people like, follow
So you didn't make anybody earn them.
Well, there
No, he
was
didn't do that.
there was a lot. There was that I personally did, but the guy that recommended it is like, I'm single. I'm gonna go hard on this and get like. I'm like, you'll see if you look at the IG page. He had a lot of the bartenders wearing the beads. So, so yeah, it was cool. I mean, we talked to a lot of different people, and I had a lot of people. We handed beads out to, and it was cool. And then guerrilla marketing.
But again, it doesn't translate to sales always.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but it gets your name out there, and that's the most important thing. When when you're starting out or you're still a young business, is really getting your name out there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty genius idea. I like it.
It was cool. So I still have a bunch of beads, so I'm gonna probably use it for the rest of the events this year that we do, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi, quick?
Good looking bike though.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right, we're gonna get VIP introduction.
Is
Hi.
that your brand manager?
Yes. Yes. This is the brand model. This is Ellen.
I help him
nice
with
to meet you.
technology.
Nice. Hey,
So
Ellen, let him listen to his stereo that he overpaid for on his.
Let's talk about this stereo.
We didn't talk.
No, this one's the talker. Don't let him
Oh, is he?
fool you. He only hears my road rage, but that's about it. As far
Gotcha.
as
Truth's
no,
out.
don't let him fool you.
He did give you tons of credit though. He fully admitted that he knows nothing about social media and that that you take care of all the social media.
Yes.
Well, he's gotten good at it. He's the more social one, but I figured out like how to work Instagram, how to do all that. So both of us together
Sure.
gonna get it going.
You
Nice.
guys, if you really need to know the algorithm, I figured this out this last year. Reels is where it's at right now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we just started trying.
We
for
started
those.
Yep.
Yeah, I did a video in December. Actually, I did 2 videos in December. The first one that I did was just a glove video that I threw that for whatever reason got a lot of attention. It got about 500,000 views.
Oh, wow.
And then hold on, it gets really weird in a minute. I did a video on 2 videos on Mama Tried the flat track racing,
Yeah.
and my first video that hit got 1.3 million views,
Whoa.
Wow.
and my second one that hit got 19 million views.
Holy.
Were you doing like reviews or what was the?
It was literally go on my Instagram and look at my reels. It's a race video that I put it to a trending music, and you just have to go and you'll get it when you watch it because it's kind of funny because it's like a gag race, And so there's a guy riding what we call it a boater cycle. It was a jet ski converted into a motorcycle.
They got one of those around
My
here.
friend makes them.
Yeah. And so there was one of those in the race. There was a guy that made a porta potty into a motorcycle. And anyway,
that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I set it to some music that was trending and it exploded. And I've actually found it. Some people have ripped my video off, and so that video probably right now, I bet you has about 30 million views because I've seen it 3 or 4 more times. People have sent it to me and said, hey, isn't this your video? And it's like credited by, some company or some Instagram account in China or Russia or something has stolen my video and posted it on their website or on their Instagram and gotten 1 million views on it or something.
Hopefully you're getting trailer money on that.
I didn't at the time because this is what happened too. So I went from probably 15, I was about 1,500 followers at the time to about 17,000.
Wow.
So it blew up everything. And then, there is a little bit of a lag time. So since that's happened now, I'm at about 14,000 followers. So I've lost about I've lost 3,000 followers or so in that process of people that subscribed and then they kind of unsubscribed right away. We all kind of do that right off and on, but yeah, it got pretty weird there for a minute. But if you're not doing reels, the bang for the buck is gigantic.
Reels. We saw an epic, and Ellen knows. So this is kind of part of the Instagram thing from Daytona. But there was a girl. So one of her girlfriends that came from, was it Wisconsin? Where do they live? They live in Wisconsin. Her and her boyfriend came. She's in the military. She rides her own bike. She has a 2016 Dyna? 2014 Dyna Street Bob. And military chick. And she came to Daytona with 7,000 followers.
Yeah.
So 7,000 followers. And now we just checked last week and she's at 14,000, right? So she doubled in a couple weeks just based off of all the pics and reels that she had taken down at Daytona. And she got that
mine
media.
My page ebbs and flows. I get a lot of people dropping off because I don't like to let it take over. I don't like spending hours on the phone every day because I'm not getting paid for it. So after work, I don't feel like coming home and doing things all night. He'll be like, "Why aren't you posting?" I'm like, "I don't feel like even opening the app tonight. I just want to relax."
Yeah.
And we post stories while we're out and about, but I try to let it not take over. But we're trying to do reels now.
We're trying to figure out the GoPro game. So I'm trying to run a hero on the face of my helmet, and then we just bought a 360 that we're going to run on the sissy bar of her bike. So I'll catch her if she's in front, and then she'll catch me, shooting backwards. We're going to try to figure out how we could do some video reels and maybe even do a little bit of a YouTube type of thing. So
we have a Chihuahua, so I was like, he's gonna be the one that gets famous because he's back of the bike.
we took him for his first ride this past weekend. He loves it. He's in a Kurakin pet palace.
Nice.
And
Nice.
He loved it. He loved it. It was
and
crazy.
He hates everything. He hates everyone, hates everything, but he loves it.
But he loved the ride, so and it was cold. Nice. So he was good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, keep an eye on the Five Dirty Bikers Instagram this coming weekend because I think the reels are going to be strong. We're going to have our cameras all over Uranus.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
inside and out. Inside and out.
Percy is going to get his fudge packed, and I will film it.
Yes.
And Ryan's going to get his nuts bagged.
Maybe I will.
And I heard the ice cream shop just opened up last month, so they say the best cream comes from Uranus. We're going to find out.
Yes.
Very nice.
We could do a fudge flight.
Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you guys? All your socials. Let them know where they can find you.
So yeah, on the Instagram, it's at Legacy Moto, all lowercase, all one word. That's where you can find us on the IG, and then that'll have our website as well, which is www.legacymotoapparel.com. That's all on there, and we're on Facebook as well. We're still trying to figure that angle out, but
I don't know about you guys, but that meta business shit is horrible. Facebook business is a disaster.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure that out. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, give us a follow on there. We really appreciate it, and we love to keep watching you guys and see what all you guys are doing as well. And if you want to follow, Ellen, she's a superstar. She's she's at EKG_7. So she's on there. She's riding all the time. She tries to ride more than I do.
I do.
And Ryan said that you should let me buy a second bike.
I told him it once. I said I will never hear another complaint about having too much shit ever again. Never.